I like that a lot. All right, well, we're switching back to me, and it's time for the big one, chat. It's time for the games of the year. I'm gonna start off by saying that this year was better than I expected. Like, I had my hopes pretty much in the fucking dirt for this year as far as gaming goes. Oh yeah, let me explain the whole thing, and then I'll get back into that statement. So, we're ranking games of the year, and by that I mean games that I played this year. So if there's not a game on here, it's because I didn't fucking play it. And I know your next question is gonna be, why are there games that released long as fuck ago on here? And it's because I played them for the first time this year. So these are all the games that I played this year, and I'm ranking them all together because it's more fun for me that way, and I don't make enough money. Where's God of War Ragnarok? I don't have a PlayStation. Games of the year. These are all the games that I played this year, old and new, ranking them all, and then I'm going to do Game of the Year at the end of the year. Also, they're all in alphabetical order by title, because I have them all. It auto does it. Some of these will have the stipulation of they're probably going to show up next year too, much like these two games showed up this year again. It's because I didn't finish them in 2021. So they're back, so I can re-rate them as non-early impressions as somebody who has finished them. Same thing with
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, same thing with Shining Pearl. I didn't finish that yet. And boy, have my thoughts changed about that one in particular. These two not so much, but that one my thoughts changed very quickly. All right, stop bullying Halo. I will get to that one in a bit, but stop bullying Halo. In a good way or bad way for Pokemon? Bad way. Bad. You know what? I'm just going to do that one quick. That was the worst game I played this year. And Overwatch 2 is on this list, so like you already know it's bad. Like it's such a fucking worthless remake. It did nothing. Like I enjoyed it for a bit. I was like, oh, haha, Pokemon. No. Yeah, let me yell about Pokemon for a bit. This thing sucked. Like it just was not fun. I think the art style looked better than a lot of the recent Pokemon games, and that's about all I can give it. That's a lot of what goes into my two like least favorite games of this year, is how just like there is no reason that any of this should have been done. Like, yes, I do think that these games should have been remade, but I think there should have been more care taken with especially such beloved games like Diamond and Pearl. And also, like, where's all the fucking platinum content? Now that that's done, on a very different note, 13 Sentinels right now. Again, this is my early impressions because I haven't finished this game yet. However, that's a fucking S tier game. This game is fucking incredible. Definitely not everybody's cup of tea. It's kind of a visual novel / like strategy game. I cannot say anything else about this game because anything I say could possibly be spoiler about it. But like every anime sci-fi genre is like, this is a love letter to like every anime, like sci-fi anime ever created. Just sci-fi in general. Game is insane. It is insanely good. I think if that sounds like it could be your thing, play it. But yeah, Bayonetta 2. I'm gonna put that in B. It was fun. Both Bayonettas, the gameplay is fucking incredible. I just don't remember the story all that well. I don't think it was as memorable as the first one. It was still really good though. Like, it does everything that the first one did, but again, and it's really fucking fun. I'm excited to play the third one this year at some point. Bayonetta 1, A tier. I think the story was just better. Like the story was, there was like, you know, there's like a whole like mystery about like who is Bayonetta, who is Jean, this woman that's like trying to stop her at every turn. Like we don't know as much for this one, and I think that helps the story a little better. Whereas like we know a lot more in this one, other than like the twist and stuff with the new characters. But I don't know. I like the story better in 1. Modern Warfare 2. So I did not play much of this game. I just like finally bought it like 2 days ago. I think I'm going C with this. Like, this is another one that will probably end up on the list again next year once I've like, I'm going to play the campaign at some point, probably on stream. I'm gonna play a lot more of it now that like Jesse's home and I have people to play it with again and all that stuff. But the game is the game's no longer $70 fucking. That was really the only thing I had against it, is why is this game $70 fucking when like it's another heavily monetized like Call of Duty with a battle pass and an in-game store. Just fucking stupid. Next up, Elden Ring. That I don't even got to talk about that shit. I think we've seen the clips. We've seen the excellence that has come from that game. Fucking, it was goddamn game of the year. Fucking, everybody has talked about how good Elden Ring is. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I'm mixed on this one. I think I'm putting it in B. It's a really good game, but there's just so much padding. Like, there's just so much unnecessary padding to that shit that, like, it got me really pissed off by the end of the game. Every chapter is laid out where, like, you go through this map and progress through, like, battles and stuff, but all of these battles are meaningless and almost have, like, nothing to do with the fucking story. The combat's repetitive, but it's a fucking Warriors game, so I know what I'm getting into. But the story's great. I liked seeing all of these characters that I loved in Three Houses get happy endings, and, like, that's all I can say about it. Like, it was just good. It was fun. Ghostwire Tokyo. I feel like it's another B tier game. Like, it's good. It's fun. I enjoyed it a good bit. I liked petting all the dogs and stuff, but I feel like I just, like, I blew through it and I didn't really get the experience I was kind of hoping for out of it. The combat was pretty fun. The story was very interesting. But yeah, it wasn't quite everything I'd hoped for. It was pretty good. Halo Infinite, once again. This was my game of the year last year. And boy, has it been a ride for this game. If you look at my like playtime for this game, you can definitely see like how my opinion went on it. Cause like January through like March and like April, I was really on the game still. Like I was playing in the competitive league. Like I was having a great fucking time. And I still love the actual like gameplay of this game so much. But we went so fucking content dry, like unacceptably content dry on this game for so long. And like that sucked. Like, so like I had that kind of dip between like April through like September. I'm putting it in B tier because as much as I love this game, I can objectively say there's a lot still not where it needs to be for it. I definitely like it more than Modern Warfare 2. I think I enjoy it more than Ghostwire. But like these other two games were very much more fresh than Halo. Like the addition of Forge, the new maps are pretty fun. I like those a lot. The rotating playlists are good to like keep me interested in stuff. The key and mouse improvements really got me back into it. Like I'm playing the game on key and mouse again, and I couldn't be happier about that because like Halo did not feel good on key and mouse for a little bit, and now it's like it feels great. So they're getting there. Oh yeah, and the campaign was okay. It's better than Halo 5's, and that's like all I could have asked for at this point. Like they had a mess of a story to put back together, and like they did all right. It Takes Two. I'm putting it in B. Nah. I'm putting it in A. So I didn't finish this game. Jesse and I played like one session of it, and it was really fun, but we didn't get anywhere with it. And it clearly like, obviously Jesse was on tour for a good bit, so I didn't want to play the game without him. And I could have played with Kiara, but there clearly wasn't enough like in that play session to make me be like, oh, I need to play this game now. So JoJo's All-Star Battle R. I'm not a fighting game fan, and it's going in the B tier. This was a fun game for me and my girlfriend to play. I enjoyed playing it with her on stream. I don't know how much more of it I will actually play, but I might do like the story mode if I'm ever like hurting for a game to play or something, but like it was fun. But I'm not a big fighting game fan, and there's another fighting game on this list that I liked a lot better. Kirby. That's for sure a goddamn A tier game right there. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is what Kirby should have been for the last like 10 fucking years. I don't know how it took them this long to figure out Kirby in 3D, but they figured it out and it's incredible. I cannot gush enough about it. It's not quite to like these levels, like of like games that just captured my entire soul for this year, but like it's good. It's really good, and I can't wait to see them do more with it. Metroid Dread, that's another easy A tier. Like, I'm not a big fan of Metroidvanias or like platformers, but tell you what, that one's good. That one's good. It was very fun. The movement's like, it's just got fun movement. Like, it's got buttery smooth movement. Like, the guns are all cool to use. I love the map, like opening it up slowly. Like, it's just good. And that's the thing I could say about both of these games. Like, I 100%ed Kirby. Neither of these games overstay their welcome. And like, that's my thing with like Fire Emblem, is like, these games did not overstay their welcome. This one fucking did. Overwatch 2. I have a hard time ranking this game because, as we know, I say all the time I fucking hate Overwatch. And as my brother loves to point out, it's only really a half truth. Like, this game pisses me the fuck off. But like, overall, it's funny. But like, at the same time, it's such a piece of shit that doesn't need to exist. Like, I'm throwing it in D tier because like, while it's fun, it's still Overwatch. But I feel like everything that was like good about Overwatch 1 was neutered in this fucking game, which I don't know how you do that with a sequel that's supposed to fix issues with the original game. Like, why does every character's voice line suck now? Like, every character's voice line is just boring and gimmicky. Like, these characters used to have like character to them, and now they're just annoying fucking like gimmicks. You know, like Kiriko's the fucking worst offender. All Winston does is fucking crack dad jokes. I'm glad that they made Winston good, but like, yeah, that's exactly it. Good name. All of the characters are fucking annoying now. There was no good reason for this game to exist. There is no reason to make a sequel to Overwatch other than to do a store overhaul so you can start charging people more fucking money for skins, charge people for fucking characters. In a competitive hero shooter, charge people for characters. There was nothing wrong with the way that Overwatch 1 was set up, other than they wanted to bring people back and they wanted to redo the monetization to make it even more predatory. And that's the only reason this sequel exists. You didn't even get the fucking PvE, like, there's no reason to play this game other than it's a game that all of my friends have installed. The only more miserable experience is Pokemon Shining Pearl, and I think that's because I actually spent money on that game, whereas at least this was free. And even free, I feel like is too high of a price for this fucking game. Again, I have fun with it, so I go back and forth on it, which is why I can't put it in F. Well, after that tirade, we have an actual good game. And by that, I mean a really fucking good game. Easy S tier on Pentiment. I know I only played it once on stream. I grinded that shit out off stream, and that game was fucking incredible. I wish I would have kept playing it on stream. I think anybody that's got Game Pass should just install that shit now and just start playing it. Like, Obsidian really fucking outdid themselves. Like, and it's on a fucking point and click adventure game. But yeah, Pentiment, play it. Very good game. I will not spoil anything. But the art style is beautiful. The game is beautiful. It's well written. It kept me fucking hooked the whole way through. Many, many murder mysteries wrapped into one like medieval art book. It looks like a fucking medieval book. That's all I can say. It's so good. So good. Incredible game. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. That's an A tier. This was the better of the two fighting games I played. The story's pretty fun. The original so I didn't know I was just playing the Persona 4 Arena, or like the original story. That shit was not good. But the rest of it was, where you get into the actual like Ultimax story. So, you know, that shit was actually pretty good after that. Very fun. Very fun. Liked it a lot. Siege. As we know, I played a lot of Siege this year. Like, a lot. I think this might have been the game I put the most hours into. Again, I feel like I gotta put it right in there with Halo Infinite, because, like, I love Siege. It's the same thing as Infinite. I love Siege. But there are so many issues that hold it back from being, like, literally the best shooter of all time. It is the most unique shooter on the market. It has so much personality, and in my opinion at least, hasn't been fucking up its characters like Overwatch did. Like, fucking, it's such a good game. But like, the cheating problem is out of fucking hand. Like, and I finally got to experience that by getting to platinum. Like, We grinded this fucking game out, and then we got to a point where literally every game we played was either against a cheater, so we got washed, or it was these people should not be in platinum, but probably got boosted the fuck up because of playing against cheaters much. Like it, those were the two groups of people we played every fucking match, and that's just not fun. Resident Evil Village DLC, that was good. It was fun. I liked it a lot. The story was pretty good. I didn't like that it did not actually continue the... Actually, no, that's going in B. That ending is enough to make me want that not at the top of this. Like, it's such a fucking... Like, I was so excited to be like, oh, we're continuing the story. We're gonna get to see what keeps happening. No, it's a fucking flash... Or, like, it's a flashback. And then it ends with the same fucking cutscene that the original game ended with. I'd probably still put it, like, top of B tier. Under Bayonetta 2, for sure. Scorn. Yeah, that's another D tier game. And it's unfortunately there because I thought it was something completely different from what it actually was. I really thought it was going to be like a Doom clone, and it wasn't at all. It was like a very slow puzzle game that was just kind of fucking annoying to play. Like, cool ass world. I wanted to know, like, what was going on in it. It wasn't it. Very unfortunately, wasn't it? Shatterline. This game's fun. I'm probably gonna throw it in the B tier, and I'm probably gonna put it above. I feel like this is like the line for things of like Fire Emblem is the line of like good but has problems, and then like just good but not quite what I wanted. Shatterline's definitely like in there somewhere. Roguelike is really good. I just need more of it. SMT5. Oh, that's easy. That's A tier. Finally finished it this year. The game is really good. It's really fucking good. I know people kind of hated on it a little bit. Kind of, you know, people were either like pretty into it or like not. Yeah, the game's good. That's all I'm really gonna leave it at. Soul Hackers 2. This game, fucking fun. I think the only complaint I can have about it is, once again, the dungeons. Like, Atlas on these two releases, slacking on the dungeon design. But the story of Soul Hackers 2, really fucking good. The characters, I liked them all a lot. I have a lot of the same complaints as what other people did, but the good of this game far outweighs the complaints. Spelunky 2. I'll put that in A tier. Spelunky 2 was fun. I only got to play a little bit of it. I can't wait to play more of this. Hopefully I can play it on stream this year. Yeah, the fucking fun ass game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I'm putting it in B tier. Fun game. But it's kind of just a basic beat 'em up. It's a very much a callback to like the arcade Ninja Turtles games and like the SNES ones, and in that respect, it does a really good job of being that kind of like callback, like throwback kind of game. But that's all it was. And lastly, Telling Lies. This fucking game caught me by surprise. Like, I don't know if anybody here was here for that stream, but that, I think, was my favorite stream of 2022. It was a mystery point and click, which is kind of the trend with two of our other S tier games. I'm just gonna put it up there now. This game is good, but like, wow, fucking incredible game. Like, it was a mind-boggling stream that had Jesse and I, like, because Jesse and I played it like right before we moved out of our old house. It had us sitting there just like, fuck is going on? Like, we were just engrossed into that game, and like, it was fun interacting with chat with it. Like, yeah, holy shit, incredible game. And that's our list. I'm sticking with this ranking. I think this is a really, really good ranking of all of the games that I played this year. So, as we're all sitting here, any of us in chat, would anybody like to hazard some guesses? We'll do the same 1, 2, 3, and 4 as to what was my game of the year for 2022. Anybody liked Overwatch 2? No. Overwatch 2 was not my number 2. Fair guess. Any other guesses? 2, 4? It's tough to say. Like this is hard to like pick because like all year I've been saying Elden Ring. And I think that's probably the answer I will still go with. It's so hard to pick between these three. Because again, like this was easily my favorite stream. This was my favorite game that I played alone. And this is just a fucking incredible masterpiece of a game. Like it's so hard to pick between these three. Yeah, you know what? I'm giving it to Pentiment. Pentiment is my game of the year of 2022. Because while I love Elden Ring, this was just unique. Even if you can't really get behind point and click adventures, I think this is still a must like try. Like if you've got Game Pass, fucking install it and try it.